Welcome back to the Yorkshire Dales. I promise you it still is summer, although the weather forecast might fool you into believing it's something else. When I checked the Mountain Weather Information Service this morning, I was expecting high winds and rain, but I think, fingers crossed, we might have got away with that. Yeah, it's definitely blustery. It's nowhere near the 40-mile-an-hour gusts we were promised. And every now and again the rain blows through, but as soon as it's arrived, it's disappeared again. Summer waterproofs are never too far away, and I needed to get out tonight. I wanted to go somewhere I was familiar with, but still with a little bit left to explore. And whereas last time I was happy to go ultralight, this time's completely different. I'm not walking too far, so the difference in weight won't make any difference at all, if I'm honest. I didn't know what to expect, so I've sorted some kit out for something a little bit more robust, and hopefully these steep bits can do one. Right, well, I've reached these old mine workings, and the mission now is to find somewhere half decent to pitch. There's a little bit of a water source trickling there. I've seen some further down the gill, so I'm not going to go dry, but it's all about where I can get out of the wind. Somewhere here would be great. Oh, hang on. Covered in sheep tods. Let's see if I can get a little bit further down the gill and see what that throws up. Right, well, there you go, she's up. Took a little bit of working out, I hadn't pitched it for a while. It's easy how you forget. I think what I'll do, I'll get set up inside now to try and its hardest terrain. I don't want to get wet, so let's get in. Well, that was a race against time to get in. I managed to stay dry for the most part. I'm really grateful for that. And the rain passes through and then it's followed by sunshine, and then that's going to be the flavour of the rest of the night. But I've gone for my Sea to Summit quilt tonight. I've brought my pillow, and I don't know whether you can see, I've gone for the Big Agnes Rapide SL. I had such a comfortable night's sleep in that last time. There was no way I was going to risk any discomfort. What I have found though is I am on a slight slope and there's definitely a rock in there somewhere. But I think with the wind coming in this direction, hitting the bottom of the tent, I'm going to cook over here. And the other thing I've realised since going ultralight with the Durston is that the Terra Nova Southern Cross 2 isn't really a two-person tent. I know I've got a wide sleeping pad. You'd be pushed very much to fit another person alongside that. Two narrow pads, you'd probably get away with it, storing all your stuff in the porches. But it's just me tonight and I'm happy with that. I think the first thing I'm going to do, now that I'm comfortable, is get a brew on. It's quite thirsty. So just while I wait for the kettle to boil and get my tea on, I'll just go through with what I've got tonight. I haven't got fire pot meals, done what I've normally done, just for the ease of carrying it in. So this one's got Itsu noodles. I think I'll start with that. That's been knocking around the cupboard for some time. This one looks like a mac and cheese pasta and sauce, so I'll have that for afters. I've got some porridge for the morning, and I've got my usual assortment of snacks and cereal bars and stuff like that. Beautiful. Well, I'm just not hungry yet, so I thought I'd come out for a little mooch and find out what's on my doorstep. Now, a very long time ago, I did come up this way, and if memory serves me rightly, there's some beautiful waterfalls. But I also think it's a way that lends itself to climb up, rather than try to force your way down. So I wasn't lying when I said there was a waterfall. I think if that was in the Lake District, there'd be someone swimming in it and calling it an infinity pool. Don't think I want to venture too far down. I've got all that way to get back up, and it might start raining again. Right, just give that 5 minutes in there, see what we get. So just while I wait for that to cook, a couple of things I want to tell you. So I'm normally trawling through YouTube looking for new channels and inspiration. I've come across two channels I want to tell you about. The first one is a guy called Jeff Von Vi, put that on the screen there for you. He's a remarkable chap. He's walking the CDT, or the Continental Divide Trail. He's walking from north to south, from the Canadian-US border all the way down to Mexico. Some absolutely stunning scenery on there. He's really engaging and he's brilliant to follow, so check him out if you can. Second channel is another one called Peaks and Paddles UK. There are a number of channels called Peaks and Paddles, so make sure you click on the right one. I think this lady's based up in Scotland and she does a lot of silent footage, but her cinematography is absolutely second to none. Please go and check her out. She deserves a follow. It's absolutely superb. Right, I think this is nearly done. I'll show you this. It's just like a posh pot noodle, really. It's going to be a pain to eat. This one might have to be done outside the tent. Well, the broth is really nice. Just think eating the noodles is going to be a pain. And that's why I never bring pot noodles. The last drink before bed, and an option's hot chocolate. If you've enjoyed the video, leave a thumbs up, and if you haven't done so already, make sure you subscribe to the channel, and all that interaction helps with the algorithm, helps the channel grow and reach more people. Well, it's coming up to 10 o'clock. It's not really that dark outside, if I'm honest, but that's what you get coming camping in June. I'm going to see that off, try and get a bit sleepy, and I'll see you again in the morning. Oh, well, that was a great night's sleep. I think I got to sleep around about 11 o'clock, and then next thing I knew it was 4:45, so I thought, well, I better start getting up. This is the last of this gas. That's the gas gone, and now it's 6 o'clock, so a bit of a sleep in this morning. I think that's hot enough anyway. I think it stopped raining around about 11 o'clock. At least I wasn't conscious of it raining after that. I don't know whether you can hear that. There's a curlew in the background. But at least it's going to be a dry walk out. If I do want a second brew, and I probably do, I've got another gas canister anyway, so it's not a complete disaster. So let me get stuck into this chocolate porridge, and I'll bring you back when I'm breaking down the tent. Perfect. Just before I collapse the tent, I use one of these Swedish absorbent cloths to get the water off. And as you can see, it's pretty much done an excellent job. You're not going to get every drop of water off, that's for sure, but at least I'll be putting it away damp and not wet. Just going to put that in the stuff sack for now. I want to get it home. I'll put the tent back up in the back garden or the garage just to let it air off and dry out properly before storing it away. So I've decided to come down a different way. I don't know whether that's a great choice or not. And the path seems to go above what's marked on the map as a settlement. You can see it. Probably camera won't pick it out, I don't think, but once we're parallel with it, we'll be too high to see. And although it's dry this morning, there's a little bit of moisture in the air. You can feel it. I don't know whether that's just a bit of mist or what, but it's still so incredibly beautiful up here. Well, it doesn't take long. Start to lose a bit of height, and that grassy rake gives way to a decent fence, which is actually fenced off because of the cows. Across this. Just cut across this bit of grass. Give those cows a wide berth, and then pick up the public footpath that's just ahead over there. I don't know why I'm whispering. Very, very busy cows. Yes. I'm back on the track again. Now there is a feature that's recently popped up on the OS Maps app where you can report issues and it'll come up on the map for other users. I kind of guess you've got to be a member for that, but there was a warning symbol for this path and it said that there were cows here but they were passable, which is great. And I've seen another one in another area for a felled tree. I guess you have to make sure that information's current though, or you could end up detouring for nothing. Noisy oyster catcher. Yeah, the fence has seen better days. Look at the horns on that. Well, I think this is a good place to wrap it up. I've had a really relaxing camp. I've untied all my knots. No fantastic sunsets or sunrises on this one. Sometimes it's just good to get out. So if you watched it this far, I really appreciate it. You've done really well. Getting into midsummer, got the silly season to get through. Once that's done, I'll get myself over to the lakes on a regular basis, I think. It's a while since I've been there. As for the North York Moors, I'm probably done with those for at least a couple of months. We'll just see how things go, eh? I might even get the opportunity to get back to Scotland once the mid-season's over and get a long distance trail done. Anyway, thanks for watching and I'll see you next time.